Hello friends. Alright, I was in the mood for a chili cheese dog. Don't ask me why, but that's just what sounded good to me. It's actually something I've been craving for a few days now, and I've been putting it off making it. Tonight we're going to do a chili cheese dog casserole with no bun, okay? So let's get going here. We got a few different things we got to make because we're going to fix this up a little fancy, okay? So we're going to make a little cheese sauce to go on in our casserole. So what I'm gonna do first, I have a can of this gourmet nacho cheese sauce. Y'all, I love this kind, okay? But now listen, you can do any kind you want. You can do your own. You can make up a little cheese sauce. Sometimes I do that. This is like since it says nacho, it does have a little bit of a kick to it. We're gonna add some more stuff to it. But now, if you don't like the heat, this brand also makes a cheddar cheese kind that doesn't have the heat to it. It's just a real cheesy cheddar soup, okay? This is so hard to get this stuff out, y'all, and I like to get every bit of it out. This little tool don't work as good than this. Let me put a little water in this and wrestle with this for a second, y'all. Hang on. Okay, I put just a little bit of water in here, y'all. Probably just a couple tablespoons, but however much you want. That might even be up to 1/4 of a cup. And I changed my spoon to kind of try to get the rest of that out of there. Okay? All right, we got that. And now what I'm going to do to this, y'all, I'm going to add a can of Rotel to it. Again, this is optional. Let's see. I may not add the whole can. I'm going to mix that and then go from there. And then since I like it a little spicier, I'm going to do a little dash of cayenne. I mean, just a small dash, y'all. Okay, and then a little bit of smoked paprika. This gives it a great flavor. And then I like to add in a little bit of sour cream. I feel like it helps thin out that cheese a little bit. But again, y'all know this is optional. You can use just shredded cheese on your casserole. Make your own cheese sauce, or kind of do it semi-homemade like I'm doing right here. Alright, let's stir this around. We're just going to keep this on low while we get everything else ready. I have about 1 pound of ground beef over here cooking. It's about done. Or actually, this is ground chuck. So we may be able to do the paper towel method. And y'all look, I finally got me one of these tools that everybody loves so much. And I will say, it does very well at chopping the meat up, but I feel like I can't stir it very good. So I like it, but I'd be fine without it, if that makes sense. I love having my old trusty spoon here because I feel like I can chop up the ground beef and mix it all at the same time. But I'm not hating on it. It does do what it says that it does. Anyway, y'all, let me get the grease out of this. I know y'all have watched me do the paper towel method, so we're not going to go through that again. Let me get that out, and then we're going to make our coney sauce real quick, okay? Okay, y'all, I got all the grease out of our ground beef. And now we're going to mix up our little chili. Now, I do this different than I do my normal chili because we don't do beans or tomatoes in this one. However, this recipe is very good to do with your leftover chili, whether it has beans or what it has in it. All right, so let's start with, let's see, I made me a little note here on exactly how I want to make this. So we're going to do about 1 teaspoon of sugar. Now, if you want to leave this out for keto wise or whatever, you can, but it just adds a really great flavor to it. And I try to do the least amount I can get away with. So let's start with 1/2 teaspoon, and we'll taste it. We may add more. So let's start with 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, we got that done. And now we've got some cumin here. Let's see, we are going to do about 1/2 teaspoon of that as well. I'm trying to measure all this out for y'all instead of just always eyeballing everything. Alright, so 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Alright, and for our chili powder, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of it. And y'all, this makes the best coney sauce, I'm telling you. Alright, so that's 1. We're going to do 2. I always make this if I want to make a chili dog. I'm going to wipe this off. Okay, and now we're going to do some, I'm just going to do a sprinkle of my smoked paprika, not really a measurement, just a sprinkle some in, and that's optional. I've made it with it and I've made it without it, and a little bit of cayenne the same way. just a little sprinkle. Okay, now we're going to do about a tablespoon of the minced onion. Now you can put chopped onion in it, but I like for my coney sauce to be very smooth and just meaty. I don't like for it to have chunks. So that's why I'm just going to do the minced onion, about a tablespoon. Okay, so about a good tablespoon, sprinkle that in. Okay, we're going to do a little salt and pepper. Let's see, we're going to do, how much did I write on? A teaspoon of salt. So let's stick with that. I keep forgetting that I made myself notes over here. And then about half a teaspoon of pepper. Okay? I'm all over the place using these little utensils. Okay, and we're going to do some mustard. And I hope this mustard wants to act right. We're wanting to do about a tablespoon of this, y'all. Let's see. About a good tablespoon. There we go. I've got a fly in here. And let me see if I got anything else. And normally I always do tomato paste. I didn't have any. I had that little bit in the freezer that I froze the other day. So we're going to do tomato sauce. But normally, y'all, I recommend doing tomato paste, okay? So we're going to put that in. And then we're going to just fill this little cup up with about a cup of water and add in it, okay? And that's probably close to, let's see, I'd say that's close to a cup. 3/4 to a cup at least. All right, let's see if we need to add anything else. Now, I did dice up some onions here to put on top. And like I said, I don't like to put diced onion in my coney chili, but I diced way too many, so I think I'm going to go ahead and throw in just a few. We already have those minced onions in there, but just a few, y'all, because I don't want to have to throw them back in the bag. So let's see where we're at. I like for it to be just a meaty sauce like this. It looks really good. And what I'll do, y'all, I'll just let this simmer for a little bit, and then I will kind of taste it and see. We may need to add a little bit more water to help it have a little bit more liquid to cook down in, but we'll check that in a minute. Oh yeah, and I wanted to put a little bit of garlic. I knew I was forgetting something. We're going to do just about a teaspoon of garlic, y'all. Okay. Mix that around. I have this turned way down. We're just going to let that simmer. And then for this here, we're going to kind of cook our hot dogs up a little bit, y'all. I have the Nathan's. That is my favorite hot dog, is the Nathan's. I know they're a little bit more expensive, but you know, we all have those things that we like to spend more on, and my hot dogs is one of them. So this is 6 of the bun size hot dogs that I diced up, and I'm just going to sear them around in my skillet because I like to cook them first. You don't have to if you want to make this a little bit easier, or if you want to use a bun and just keep your hot dogs whole, you can. This is just another way that I'm making it, but you can certainly take this and make it your own way, y'all. So what I'm going to do, I am just going to let these hot dogs kind of sear up in my skillet. Like I said, I have 6 bun length size. I'm going to let my cheese sauce get good and hot. We're going to let our chili sit here and hang out. I'm going to taste it in a minute after it cooks for just a little bit. I'm going to get all this put up out of our way, and then I'll come back and we'll be ready to put it all together, y'all. Okay, y'all, let's build up our casserole. So you can see here how our hot dogs look. This is why I like to cook them in a skillet. I love for them to look like this. They're so good I could just eat them like this by themselves. Okay, so I just have a little small pan here because I'm just making about half a batch. And our chili has been cooking. Oh yeah, and let me tell y'all, I did end up adding another half teaspoon of sugar. So if you make this, do 1 whole teaspoon of sugar. I tried to go without it, but it really needed it. So, all right, we're going to start with a good spoonful in the bottom, about like that, just to kind of give it something under that, because we're going to kind of layer this up, y'all. Okay. Now we're going to put all of our hot dogs. Now, y'all, if you want to put a layer of tater tots, cooked tater tots, under the bottom of this, Now that's delicious too, but y'all know I'm trying to cut my carbs, so I didn't do that. All right, now we're going to do about another spoonful of our chili. Not a whole lot, because I'm gonna put the cheese on there and then I want to put chili on again. But I like to put shredded cheese on top, so I like to separate the cheeses. Okay, now I have our cheese sauce here. I just put it in this cup because it's easier to pour. And we're not going to use all of this, y'all, but I will keep it and do something else with it. Y'all know I will. All right, so just pour a little bit of that over. Okay, about like that. We don't need too much of that. Okay, now we're going to do another big spoonful of our chili over the top. And y'all, what's so great about this, you make this chili, like I said, you can do the chili tots, you can do the chili cheese dog, you can do both, or you can buy the Fritos and just, some people may just want a Frito pie. That works great too. I'll do just a little bit more. Well, I'm always making messes. You can do so many different things with this, y'all. Or they can just do the chili if they want to do that. All right, now we're going to put a little bit of shredded cheese over the top. Not too much, because we do have that one layer of cheese, but we did it thinly because I always like to add the shredded. And this is some I just shredded earlier, some Sharp and Monterey and Kobe Jack. Okay. Now I'm going to put some diced up onions on top. Like this. I'm going to try to use all of these because I don't want to have to put them back in my little bag. Okay, and then I sliced up some fresh jalapeno seeds and all, y'all. Now this is optional. If you don't like the heat, you can definitely leave this part out. This was a big one too. They've been having some big jalapenos because I didn't even cut the whole thing. And this is a lot. Okay, y'all, that's it. I like mustard on mine too, but I like to put it on whenever I serve it on my plate. Oh, good on you. I have my oven set on 350. I am fixing to pop this in there, and I'll probably only cook this maybe 20 minutes at the most, just till it's good hot and cheese is melted and it's bubbly. I'll be back. Okay, y'all, our chili dog casserole is done. Let me show it to y'all. Look at this. I ended up only cooking this, y'all, for about 15 minutes because, you know, everything else is done. Now, if you didn't cook your hot dogs first like I did, then you might want to cook it a little bit longer. You don't want to bite into a cold hot dog, but I love searing them up in that skillet, y'all. It just makes all the difference in the world. Now we're going to get some out here. Let's see here. Ooh. So cheesy. Now it's still pretty hot. You would probably want to let it cool a little bit longer. But y'all know I'm impatient. Especially whenever I'm cooking for y'all. I'm ready to get on here and try it. Okay. Because that liquid's going to thicken up a little bit once it sits. So let me get me a spoon. I think I'm going to get a spoon for this, y'all. Alright. If y'all are like me and you love a good chili dog, this hits the spot every single time. Like, and y'all know I don't love bread, so I don't even miss the bun. But now, if you want to do another choice, you could also do the little zero carb tortilla wraps, you know, and that works good. Just leave your hot dogs whole, wrap them up, put them in there, and put all your stuff on it. Or like I said, you can do it with a bun too, if that's what you want to do. But I love a chili dog. It's just one of my favorite things. It's one of those that are not too good for us, but we love it. So I'm not saying this is a healthy dish at all, especially with all this cheese and everything, but it is low carb without the bun. And I already have all my stuff cleaned up. The only dirty dishes I have right now is this bowl, spoon I'm eating out of, and this right here. I got everything cleaned up while it was in the oven. That's my favorite. I love this, y'all. I love that cheese sauce with it. It is so good. Like I said, this would be delicious over some tater tots. Even if you wanted to scoop all this out and put it over some Fritos, because it has so much liquid in it, that would even be good. It give you that little crunch with it. So that's another choice. You can do so many different things with this, y'all. So you make it and make it your own, and let me know what you decide to do. Absolutely delicious. I will eat this whole thing, not tonight, but I will eat every single bit of this. That's why I try to make smaller portions, because I know that I will eat it. This is not something that Braden will eat. He's kind of picky when it comes to chili and stuff like that, but which he might would like this because I didn't put tomatoes, beans, and all that in it. But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all try this, and I'm fixing to eat this. I gotta go do my walking, gotta water my flowers, all that good stuff, and I will see y'all next time. Bye bye.